if you can't motivate yourself, just look around yourself. Look around yourself. Look what other people are doing. Look at the conditions you're living in. Do you want to stay in that situation all the time? Do you want to change it? Have you got kids? Are you lying on the couch watching Jeremy Kyle while your kids are looking at you? Because that's not good for your kids. If you don't want to look after yourself, motivate yourself so your kids become motivated and they get a better future. If you're in jail, you are in jail, take this as a warning. Don't go back. If you're at court and you look in jail, embrace yourself and prepare yourself for what's coming, because jail is a nasty place full of violent rats.
Hello people and welcome to Success Stories, and today we have a very special guest. On Christmas Day, we're joined by the one and only Darren Gee.
What's happening, people? You good?
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know you, if they're meeting you for the first time, so introduce yourself.
Well, my name's Darren Gee from Liverpool. I promote a message of choose a life, not a knife. And here I am having an interview with
Success Stories.
Success Stories.
Okay, so we're going to hear your story today, and we're going to throw it all the way back. And so obviously you got in a lot of trouble growing up and stuff, and we just want to know...
What I'll try and do for you, mate, I'll try and give you a picture that no one else has heard, so...
A bit different.
Because everyone's heard it, and I don't want to be repeating the same crap,
things,
you know?
yeah.
Basically, 5 brothers.
Okay.
Grew up in a rundown estate, in a violent house. Ended up going off track.
Yeah.
Ended up mixing with the wrong crowd. Got into gangbanging. Got into the street life. Just doing all crazy stuff for the fast money. Done more jail.
Yeah.
You're on it, the more it was free.
So when was the first time you actually went to jail?
I was 15. I went to jail for 15 months detained for hitting someone with a bottle.
At 15?
Yeah, so that was my first sentence, 15 months detained.
Yeah.
Do you know what the detained means?
No? What was it?
So you get 15 months, you do the full 15 months.
Oh, yeah. You can't even...
No
usually it's half,
none of this. You get the 15 months detained.
Okay. So when you say violent, do you mean violent as in you was getting into fights and stuff, or was it violent in the actual household as well?
It was violent within the household.
Yeah.
You know, it was... You're just getting beat up by your dad, basically. You know,
Yeah.
all that messy stuff.
Yeah.
Leaves a good few years of trauma instilled within you.
Okay.
You don't even realise that you're traumatised off that experience until you find yourself again later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so did that make you... So when you get beat by your dad, you said, did that make you resent him? And was that because we need a father figure in our lives. And you know, if you resent each other, you know, that can destroy, like, you know, it can bring trauma to yourself and destroy the family.
But
really.
at the same time, it's still a father figure.
Yeah.
It's better than an absent father figure.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how violent he's being. At least you've got this male figure disciplining you.
Mhm.
Because you see it all the time. You see a little family. The dad goes out the picture. The kids run wild. It's as simple as that. Every child needs some form of male guidance. They need the mum's nurturing.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
standard. You know what it is. But every child needs some sort of male guidance in their life.
Yeah.
Whether it's directly or indirectly, they need someone to embrace and like be guided from.
Yeah. So did you think you got good guidance, or
I never got no guidance at all, mate.
no? Just discipline.
I was just disciplined.
Mhm.
And then if you went against the discipline, you were disciplined worse. To the point where at the age of 13, I'm in care. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So at the age of 13, me and my brother end up in care.
Yeah.
And then we just go on our crazy
And they just spiraled out
life's path there, yeah. So that's where it stemmed from. The life's path come from.
straight from
Right there.
your childhood.
Yeah.
Okay. So after you come out at 15, were you still in school, or were you just
No,
no school either?
I got expelled from school when I was 13.
Oh,
So
wow.
all around that year of 13, that's when everything messed up for me. Through abuse, basically.
Yeah. So then what were you doing once you come out of jail at 15
Just living up to the reputation.
in Liverpool?
Yeah.
Talking about the reputation, is obviously the G's, is that the Darren Gee, the Gee family, is that well known in Liverpool?
Yeah, we're born and bred there. You've got 5 lads.
Was that from you guys, or was that from earlier generations where people
No,
started
that's
to know you
just us.
guys?
We're the only generation, really. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
people
Us
started to
5 brothers are the only...
Yeah.
You're heard of the G's from where, and they're related, but we've got no relatives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So then, did you go away for a long time in jail?
My first sentence, 15 months detained. I got out, lasted 3 months, back in on remand, got acquitted, no evidence, back out, 3 months, back in remand,
So it was just
acquitted.
a cycle.
See, years ago, you could just threaten a witness
Oh, okay.
and your charges were dropped, but
Yeah.
you'd still do the remand and then get out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was just constantly in and out of custody, never convicted.
Properly.
You know, from like 15, 16 up to 20,
You just in and out.
in and out of prison.
And then did you ever get that proper, or was it just in and out?
In and out, just acquitted. Eventually, things started getting a little bit messy. I ended up getting 18 months for threats to kill on a prison officer
A prison officer.
in Walton.
Yeah.
So I'm on remand for Walton. I'm co-Ds with my brother.
Yeah.
We're both in there for aggravated burglary, Section 18, and threats to endanger life or whatever.
Yeah.
Then, whilst we're on remand, I've had a dispute with a prison officer. Ton of sausage at him or something. Ended up back in my cell, it's gone off. When I'm getting dragged down to the block by these, I've noticed one of the senior officers next to me. I knew where he lived.
Yeah.
So I've shouted at him, you little rat, you better watch your house.
Wow.
I've gone the block, been shipped to Strangeways, and 2 days later, got charged up with threats to kill on that police officer.
Yeah.
Got 18 months for it.
And did you, so...
And then done that 18 months, got out, started mixing with some kid called Mikey Wright. Things went a little bit messy there. And then it was just on one then. Our little group formed, and then we just cracked on for a bit.
And was that just all in Liverpool and
Just Liverpool, yeah.
getting into what's...
We're just known as violent individuals, mate, to be honest.
Money-wise, how are you getting the money in?
Back then, how was I getting money in? I was
Yeah.
just strong-arming what my brothers were doing. So,
Yeah. Okay,
so
so...
basically, it was coming from drugs,
Yeah.
but not dealing drugs directly. You right?
Was it? Okay. Because you speak about drugs now, and you're quite against it, aren't you?
I'm dead against it, mate, yeah.
What's the reason for that?
Do you need a reason?
No, true.
Where are you from?
But yeah, it's bad in Birmingham as well, to be honest.
It's bad up and down the country. So when I'm screaming about these drugs, it's not just that it is targeted at Liverpool because that's where I'm from. That's the city I love.
Yeah.
But you know, I know there's lads up and down the country who were coming out of their house every morning just seeing smackheads,
Everywhere.
addicts.
Yeah.
Now it's not their fault they're walking around half dead. It's the kids that's giving them the shit and putting them in the situation where they need to rely on them and stuff. So what you've got now, 20 years ago, the drug dealers were drug dealers to supply the family with food and a better place to live. What you've got now is you've got kids who are raised by drug dealing dads, and these drug dealing dads have smashed it. They've got dough, got businesses.
Yeah.
This little spoiled rat does not need to go and sell drugs.
Yeah.
But he wants to be like daddy.
And
So he just starts peddling poison. And he doesn't care who he's hurting as long as he's getting the money. So that's greed.
Yeah.
You know, he's not doing it to survive. He's already surviving. You're on it? So it's greed. So basically what he's doing for greed is destroying our family down there. And it's not good.
And it's all a cycle, to be honest, because the more drugs that get imported into your areas, the more people you're affecting, to be honest. But obviously I've spoke about drugs in a few different videos earlier, and someone come up to me and they said, well, you speak about drugs, but there's people out there, that's the only thing they know, and that's the only way they can make their money and provide for their families. So what do you think of that?
That's wrong. See, I was involved in that sort of behaviour when I was younger.
Yeah.
And when you're involved in that sort of behaviour, you become business savvy, if you like. You know, you're organising this, you're sending them there, you're doing your network and your brain stuff. It's all business.
Yeah.
You know, what you're doing in that line of work is the business sense of anyone. So when you're saying all they know is drugs, it's all they know the drugs is because they're not trying to buy mugs or pitches and trying to spin pitches or putting them business skills that they've built up over the last decade.
Yeah.
Even when you've gone to prison, you're still educating yourself, so you're coming out a little bit sharper, more intelligent. So don't tell me you can't bring them skills over
Into something else.
into something else like I have.
Yeah.
I've gone from that to that, but all the skills I've picked up in my past and doing all that criminal nonsense, I've just brought it over.
Yeah.
And you fit right into it. Why? Because you've been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's business, but it's illegal. Just bring it and make your business legal. And trust me, no one can work like you because you've had the different business experience than everyone in the field.
That's some good advice, to be honest. So going back, Darren G, not Darren G, sorry, Danny G, your brother.
Yeah.
How was your relationship with him growing up?
Like that. Yeah.
Do you think that made you feel more protected and, more brave?
No, we were forced to be like that.
Oh, you're forced, yeah.
You know, there was 5 brothers, but me and Danny ended up like that. Because we were the ones getting targeted by our dad, locked in the same room, stayed in the same room, ended up in care together, went through the prison system together, basically.
Yeah. Where is he right now?
In the prison system.
Is he coming out anytime soon? Or?
He's working towards it. You know, he's progressing, but every time he progresses, something comes in. That's not his fault. You know, some daft police intelligence that'll hinder his progression when it's just the police hating.
Yeah. Okay, so prison.
One day in the future, he'll be out.
You reckon he will? Yeah.
Definitely.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Do you think that he'll be in a positive light, or do you think he'll still?
He's got a lot to go through.
Yeah.
But what's good for Danny now is the fact that I've gone through
and you can help
what
him.
he's about to go through. I've went through the pitfalls. I've opened my mouth when I shouldn't have. You know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I can, hopefully, I will be financially adapt to say, Danny, you don't need to
do all that,
just like rehabilitate yourself a little bit. Ignore what the systems do to you. Get your time, find yourself again, and just give them things to do.
Yeah.
Because the main thing for me is having nothing to do and not being able to do it because of your criminal record.
I get you. So for the people that are maybe doing, getting into wrong stuff, illegal stuff, and now on the verge of jail, just let people know what jail's actually like.
Well, when I started first going to jail, it was rough, mate. I'm telling you, it was rough. So my first sentence, 15 months detained, I ended up in a Manc prison. So in other words, a prison that was overrun with kids from Manchester.
Oh, okay.
And back in the day, it used to be Scousers and Mancs. You're on it
like each
constantly
other.
So for me to land a Scouser, cheeky Scouser, quite big for my age, landing in a Manchester-run prison.
They didn't like that.
It was a bit rough. I get on with Manchester kids.
Okay.
Get on with some Manchester kids, well better than Scousers, believe it or not. Especially Salford kids, you're on it. But now, the process you go through when you go into prison now, it's completely different to what it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you're 16 and you've just cut in and you're going to jail, don't think you're going to be hard when you land in that gate. Don't think you're someone special because you've cut him. There's 100 of you in there. He's cut someone 10 times, you've cut someone once. You're just going to get put into a little tin of violent offenders, and it's not good for you.
Like a zoo.
It's just not good for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna destroy your mindset. It's gonna give you insecurities you don't even know you've got. Most people can't handle it and end up taking drugs. And the most prominent drug available within the prison system right now is spice.
That messes you up, isn't it?
And the minute you touch spice, you're tapped. There's no going back. You know?
And also, I also see that when you are eventually let out of jail, you're basically built up to basically get back into it.
Yeah, they want you to fail. They don't want you to fail, but they put all the obstacles in front of you that you should fail on. And if you don't fail on them, you just go on, you've passed.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
I understand.
So you get loads of people that come out of jail and just people who've done 10 years, they're breaching a licence within 6 months of being free, and then they're going back for another 8 or something. You know what I mean?
Just finishing.
But what the probation done with me is they've let me out, and they've put all obstacles in place when I was on licence, all the things that can make me breach, whatever it was, all them got put in place when I was on licence, because that's the real test. That's the real test when you're on licence.
Yeah.
When you come out of custody, when you're in custody, there's no test.
Yeah.
Your mind adapts to it. Your mind can adapt to any environment if it's clean from drugs.
Yeah.
So the jail thing, you fit into it, you end up getting used to it, you end up living a life within there that's keeping you healthy and strong, yeah? It's when you're released from that secure environment that you've been in for a long time. All of a sudden you just let out into the open, and the only people you can relate to or talk to is probation. And they're controlling you to the hilt. And they're giving you curfews, they're giving you mad signing on things. They're expecting you to do all this mad stuff by yourself. So, for instance, I've just done an 18-year sentence. I get out, I get a job straight away, I'm paying my own rent, I lose my job, I'm looking at eviction. I'm on probation now, MAPA 3 Tier 4. That's the highest risk in the land, yeah.
Yeah.
So what probation should have done was, well, you've got no lecky, you've got no hot water, you're living on candles, and we're giving you, we need to get you somewhere secure to live.
Yeah.
They left me in this place, living off candles.
No lights, nothing, yeah.
I'm on licence, I've got 55 people on me, or 35 people on me no contact list, so I can't get in touch with no one, because I get breached. When I'm going to them complaining about this, the only alternative you've got is a bail hostel in Blackburn that was full of high violent sex offenders, high risk ones.
Yeah.
So it was like I just had to sit in this room. But that there was an example of what they do to push you to the limit. And the fact that I never went out and committed crime to make me environment better or my lifestyle a bit better.
Yeah.
It shows that that's what you've got to do to get past there and get away from them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to come on to. So from the last time you've come out, how have you changed that now into a positive where you are now and not going back in and, you know?
It's been hard, mate.
Yeah.
Well, it's been because I've had a lot of attacks upon my life in the last 5 years. So I got out in June 2016. I got out 18 months licence because it was under the old law. I was on MAPA 3 Tier 4.
Yeah.
I've got a full-time job within 3 months. So I'm flying, started a business, personal trainer in Caltup. It was starting to take off. I had a place to take my clients. Everything was going to place.
Yeah.
But when you're on licence for that offence and my risk, you've got to tell probation everything.
Yeah.
So I went to probation, told them, there's my business, there's the new phone, there's the number, email address. I'm going to be using this business, blah, 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 blah. All right, give us a few weeks, then we'll confirm if you can carry on with it.
Yeah.
In them few weeks, they went round to the fella who, like my network of friends that I've built up since custody.
Yeah.
They've gone round the gym and just destroyed it, the police, like that, bang.
Is that why they just want you back in?
They just want me back in.
Yeah.
So I've got out. For 18 months, I'm not in Liverpool. I'm just trying to create some sort of life path for myself. The police are hindering it at every obstacle and probation.
Yeah.
Putting, for me to fail. Me thing was up on the 21st of December, 218. No, 217 is when my licence was up. 21st of December, 217. So I leave everything, go straight to my mother's house in Liverpool.
Yeah.
So I'm there, everything's sweet, whatever. And then 3 months later, someone started to kill me on my mum's step and put my mate in hospital. So from that day on, I'm just living day to day. I could get shot dead tomorrow. So I'm not banking, I'm not saving, I'm not really looking at my future. The only thing I have got that's motivating me is the message of choose a life, not a knife. So I'm pushing that out.
Where did that come from? The choose a life, not a knife?
When I was in, like I've just been saying, I was on licence for 18 months. I was living in this house in St. Helens. I was getting evicted.
Yeah.
That's where choose a life, not a knife penetrated my mind. I was virtually going to do myself. So I've cleaned everywhere up, got it all ready to go. I'm on the bed. I've been living in a bad mess for a month or something. I couldn't handle it no more. I've got everything ready. I'm about to do myself. And you get a ping on your phone. Hashtag choose a life, not a knife. Now, the reason that was there, because an hour before, I'd just been looking through, like, suicide awareness things. You know, all little things like that.
Yeah.
And then I put my phone down.
Wow.
So that's binged. It's made me... It's given me that minute. You know, that just a little bit of... What's that?
What is that,
Bang. Looked at it, looked onto it, and it was like a knife advert for Croydon in London. And that was it. I mean, that's changed my life.
Do you think that was a sign from God?
And then, I don't know what it was, mate, but it impacted me so heavy. It made me just focus on this message and neglected myself. Stop sleeping mad. Creating enemies for myself as I'm promoting the message. It's caused crazy stuff, the message, but I kept on delivering it.
Wicked.
And I've been delivering it now for what? 4.5 years. And I've been pushing it. As I said before, I've had a few attempts on my life. I've got the drug dealers hating on me because I'm promoting this message of choose a life, not a knife. And it doesn't just refer to knife life.
Yeah.
It's like an umbrella of issues within the streets of every city up and down the country.
Yeah.
So it refers to drugs. It refers to sexual offenders. It's a whole umbrella of different topics that choose a life, not a knife is targeting.
All the negative stuff, basically.
All the negative stuff that can jeopardise your freedom.
Yeah.
And that's what life's all about, freedom. We're not free as we sit here now. We're restrained to the hilt by the government. But with the freedom we have got, it's vital that you don't lose it to the government.
Yeah.
because that's what you're basically doing. Now, you hear this word, division.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand the meaning of division?
Yeah, dividing us where there's no unity.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no unity. So, what's the opposite word to division?
Division.
So divisions divide. What's unite? What's the word
when you
division?
come together. So
But what's the
division
word that matches division?
Can't think. What is it?
So I was thinking yesterday, I had a word with Cameron,
Yeah.
and we were talking. I said, Cam, I've had this word on my mind, and it's been there for 6 hours or something. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It's called univision.
Univision. Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
No.
Right, so I looked it up straight away. This univision's been playing on my mind. Don't know where it came from.
Just random.
Just random, just placed in my head.
Yeah.
Univision.
Mm-hmm.
So I look it up,
Yeah.
and this univision, there's only one word you can find it. There's only one place you can find it, and it comes from Spanish literature, and it's to do with a television company, communications company.
Yeah.
And it was weird because if you go into it and you look at it, this television company supplies America with 80% of a Spanish language TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. It's crazy.
So let's go into Univision.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you got in this country? You've got division
Everywhere.
right across the board, mate.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Whether it's religion, your colour, your DNA, what your biological makeup, whether you're female or whether you're male. There's all division kicking in, isn't there? So basically, we're all at each other's throat when we've all got the same vision. So univision, in my mind, is this, right? Are you Muslim?
Yes.
So I'm Christian, right? We've got beliefs, we've got our own cultures, we do our own things. But what's stopping us having the same vision?
Nothing really.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Right, and no one's thinking about univision. The only time you hear vision is division or television.
Yeah.
No one's ever heard the word univision. Right, so you might hate everything, but your mind can make your thoughts change.
Definitely.
Do you understand? So it doesn't matter where you're from or what your beliefs are. We can still have one vision.
100%. Yeah, you can.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So you might be over there and over there and over there, and all you might be Islamic, Jewish, Christian, Buddha. It doesn't matter. At the top of all them religions, it's the one vision. Do you understand where I'm coming from with this?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So univision basically is okay. We're all representing different cultures. We're all representing different backgrounds. But why are we all divided?
Unite with our vision.
Yeah. Why can't we unite with the vision?
Exactly.
You know, what is your vision? So if we all unite to the vision that we want this world to be in, it'll manifest.
100%. Yeah.
It's the mind. It's the powerfulest thing in the world. So if you bring the minds together, you don't have to bring religions together.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring colours or cultures or this together. You bring the minds together, and that's univision. And once people start understanding where I'm coming from with this word univision, they'll embrace it, and it'll stop the division that we're all going through now. Because as we're divided, they're strong. Now, what do I mean by them? There's two levels, mate. There's us, and there's them. We're cattle feed. We're the ones that end up in prison. We're the ones that end up working all our lives and gone. We don't really enjoy life,
but they do.
The way we're supposed to. They do, on the back of what we do.
I get it.
We're the ones that run the world, not them. They sit there and make us run the world.
By controlling us.
Controlling us, yeah.
That's it. We're the 99%, and if that's what I push as well, unity, and I'm happy you said that. I think you should push that a lot, and if we do unite, I think life will be so much better.
It's all about uniting. It's not about fighting, and soon as within every religion, you've got extreme perceptions of what's red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I speak to Islamic kids all the time about this.
Yeah.
So it's same with Christians. You get the faith of Islam getting pointed at. It's extreme, but the faith of Christian, being a Christian and that religion is 10 times extreme. It's 10 times extreme. So if you look at the Quran, for instance, that's a book untouched. It's untouched.
Yeah. It's
No,
never been changed, yeah.
it hasn't been changed, right? So it's raw, it's pure, it is. It's the man of one. It's the word of God, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
it's changed.
Plenty,
Changed. So every 20 years or 30 years, all of a sudden, the next generation's believing something different.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was raised believing that it was Adam and Eve,
Mm-hmm.
not Adam and Steve.
That's the
Do
new
you
one now.
understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
The generation of kids now who are going to church and getting access to the latest Bible, it's in there that it's okay to have Adam and Steve. Do you understand what I mean? So
It's madness, yeah.
that's why it's so. On this side of the fence, you've got all these going all relaxed about the religion, losing it, losing the true sense of what Christianity's about. They're losing it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're interpreting it and putting their own spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
The Quran's not. So all these are looking at the Quran on a hateful,
To try and break it down.
on a hateful thing. You're on it when really, if you want to be religious and find peace within your life, you go to the Quranic verses.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah,
Because that's the true account.
This is what happens as well when there's people like you just say, if you're pushing out this univision, I'm sure these people will be like, nah, we don't want unity, and they're going to
Straight away.
try to shut it down.
Straight away. Look, I'm friends with Cameron, right?
Top lad, yeah.
I'm not converted, but I'm already getting like sarcastic messages. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you converted, lad, well, you're a shame. I'm just thinking.
Is that lads from Liverpool or just... Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's the way it is. Now, not all Liverpool are like that. So don't think like the loads of Liverpool hate Muslims and all that, because we've got one of the biggest Muslim communities in the country.
In Liverpool?
Within Liverpool. The first ever mosque built or to come to light within the whole country was on Granby Street in Liverpool.
Okay.
So, you know...
I was going to ask you that though, like, before you even, you know, when you was like growing up in Liverpool, what did you actually think of Islam?
Well, we get brought up into an environment, and within that environment, if something looks strange, it's strange.
Yeah, you feel what you don't understand.
Just say, for example, if you're on an estate in Liverpool 15 years ago, and a man of Islam comes out in his full dressage, it's
what's this? Yeah.
Right. But you've got to think about how the news
Portray it.
pump it into our communities.
Yeah.
You know, how they portray, and we just take it on board like it's all truth. When you're growing up, you're conditioned, aren't you? You're conditioned to think. I've always had friends who's been Muslim, always, because I've gone to prison early.
Oh, okay.
So in the YP days, you had Muslims, but not many.
Yeah.
You're on it. What you're looking at now within the prison system, the majority is becoming Muslim.
Yeah, I've seen that.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. It's the fastest growing religion.
It's not. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is, mate. You know, there's more substance within the faith of Islam right now than what there is in Christianity or any other sort of form of religion,
Yeah. Okay, let's get onto your clothing brand. Where did that idea come from?
So, I've always had a clothing brand or some sort of line of tapping into a market to make myself financially secure and able to live and promote this message properly. So, I met this fella a few months ago, sat down, he introduced me to this other fella. I've gone in there and just set it up. So, hotel5original.com. Set that up. It's only been going for 10 weeks, but it's moving. You're on it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be able to sustain the projects in the future, because that's what it's for, basically.
Yeah.
So there's two. You've got the L5, like the hats, the hoodies, and all this. But then you've got the Choose a Life, Not a Knife.
Yeah.
So any Choose a Life, Not a Knife top that's purchased, everything goes back into that message.
Oh, okay.
So that all this year, it's not getting touched, and at the end of the year, this time next year, that's when I'll pull that out and see what I can do with it. So this time before Christmas next year.
Wicked.
A lot of madness going on in Birmingham, isn't there?
Yeah, Birmingham's crazy.
You don't hear about it.
No,
when you're in Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
You don't hear about it unless it's Scar City. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, Birmingham, there's a lot of, and that's one of the reasons I've started this as well, because even around me there was people getting into, illegal stuff, and I thought, if I made this and get people that have maybe come from that background or are doing positive stuff, they can, send the message out and teach people that, look, you can do it legally, or
you can do it, but no one's going to do it for you.
Yeah, you have to go out and do it yourself.
You've got to take them steps. Be brave. Have a go. Take that leap of faith. That's what they call it, a leap of faith. Don't stand there getting stale, anticipating. Just have a go of it. It's so easy to fall back into what you're already doing if you don't like what you're doing. But if you haven't tried, how do you know, it's nice not looking over your shoulder, knowing the police aren't going to come through your front door. If you have got kids, it's nice knowing you're not getting took out their life and wrecking it for 5 years.
Definitely.
So that's what you need to put into place, the life form of things, what you're doing.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Are you doing this for a nice pair of trainees, or are you doing it so your children's getting food in their mouth? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah,
so I keep on repeating myself, a pair of trainees or a Moncler coat will never make your child happy.
Yeah.
Picking them up, hugging them, taking them for a walk,
Time spent,
stuff like that. That's what the child needs.
Definitely.
That energy, that connection.
Yeah.
Keep them tight, makes them strong.
Wicked. So yeah, anything else you want to touch upon now?
I'm fine, mate. I'm just here answering your questions. How are you, mate? What's your name?
So yeah, really, any future plans then? Is it just the YouTube and...
Future plans is this, mate. I've got this clothing line. I'm focused on that because that's the bread and butter of... That's how I'm going to live. It is how it is. Me and Cam are going into a venture. I've got a few other ventures going on, but the real thing out of all this is me getting access to assemblies and speaking to kids, giving them a PowerPoint of me 3 podcasts and just saying, like, even if there's 100 in the room and I penetrate the mind of 5 of them,
that's it.
It's job done, mate. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I had the same sort of things though.
If I can stop 5 people coming away from the prison system, basically, staying away from harm, you've got to see that, look, our future is the children. It's as simple as that.
Definitely, yeah.
We've got no future without the children. Children are innocent when they're brought into this world, into this life.
Yeah.
And then they get fucking destroyed as they're growing up. You're on it?
Yeah.
The God's creation, they're coming out pure, full of energy. And by the time they're 15, they're being damaged from everything, more so the government.
Yeah.
So the government aren't running things right. They haven't been running things right for the last 20 since privatisation, mate.
Yeah.
As soon as privatisation came in, everything just went to business.
Yeah, it changed to a business.
Everyone became a customer.
And that's it.
Doesn't matter how old you are, you become a customer because the country's privatised, basically. And for privatisation to work, you need customers, whether that's prison, whether that's the courts. You understand?
It's all a business, yeah.
Basically, within our communities are filling the prison system. No one else is filling it. Definitely. It's only our communities filling it. And it's getting bigger. The prison system's getting bigger. They're building more prisons. It's more volatile. There's more stabbings. There's male rape. There's gang rape. You don't hear about this stuff.
No.
There's more kids with addictions now in prison than there's ever been. And they all act like addicts who want the next hit. So if you go in there and you've got 10 spice heads that haven't had a joint, but they know you've got your watch on your wrist, or you've got a bit nice pair of trainers on, and they can get a bag of spice for it, it's over for you. Unless you align yourself to a gang of poison. So the best thing to do is just address what you're doing. If you think you're mad and you think you're going down this gang life and you're going to end up in jail, bam, bam, bam. When you get to 40, you realise what you've done, you've lost. Why will you realise that? Because the kid who you were with, who stayed on his path, who done what he'd done, he's been free, he's been to Dubai, he's been to Saudi Arabia, he's been to Mecca, he's done all the things that you want to do, but you fucked up because you decided to be a gangbanger.
100%.
Just don't be a gangbanger and you'll do all them things that you see other young men doing who become successful in it.
Yeah, wicked. I couldn't say it better, really. So let's end it on this then. If there's people going through hard times, which there's a lot due to this coronavirus and, mental health is on a decline. Yeah, any little bit of motivation to keep them going?
What it is, it's no one can help you get out of that dark hole you get in. Now you can feel sorry for yourself. You can appeal without saying words to people. They're not going to hear you. If you're in a bad place, reach out. If you can't motivate yourself, just look around yourself. Look around yourself. Look what other people are doing. Look at the conditions you're living in. Do you want to stay in that situation all the time? Do you want to change it? Have you got kids? Are you lying on the couch watching Jeremy Kyle while your kids are looking at you? Because that's not good for your kids. If you don't want to look after yourself, motivate yourself so your kids become motivated and they get a better future. If you're in jail, you are in jail, take this as a warning, don't go back. If you're at court and you look in jail, embrace yourself and prepare yourself for what's coming, because jail is a nasty place full of violent rats. Not all of them, you know, but the majority of them, they're all perverted and weird. You don't want to go into that sort of environment.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you're going to motivate yourself is physical exercise. Get out, walk. You don't have to go in a gym. You don't have to do 5-mile runs. You just need to simply get out your bed or get off the chair and go for a walk for an hour. Breathe in the life, see fresh things, bring fresh images into your mind. Sat in that room watching the telly 24/7, it's just null in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb in your brain. You're getting conditioned.
Yeah, man, wicked. Fully appreciate you coming on.
Sweet.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. And I just want to say, I started this podcast in 2020 and 2021. I think we're going to up the levels a bit.
What are you approaching now?
Just success stories. Like, you're a success story. You've come from...
I'm a success story, but I'm still going.
Yeah,
you know, the end of my story's not finished.
We may have a part 2 in the future, then why not?
You never know, lad.
Anyone really that's come from bad times and changed it into a positive. Anyone that's doing anything.
There's plenty of us, and there's more that are not recognised. I've just managed to become recognised in some way, but there's a lot of people exactly like me that do the same sort of like entrepreneurial work. Yeah. You know, promote message of positivity, but also create business avenues for himself. So there's loads.
Yeah, that's what I want to get on.
They just don't get the mention. So for all you people out there that are inspiring the youth, that are encouraging, motivated and stuff like this, keep it going. Just because no one's recognising it doesn't mean you're not doing the powerful good to them youths. You are. Keep it going.
Yeah, you can just DM me as well. I can get you on, get recognised.
That's what it is. Protect your children and we'll all have a positive future. Think about Univision. Univision. Doesn't matter what your religion is. Doesn't matter what your culture is or your skin colour. Bring the minds together and that's how we'll be strong in a unified sense. It's all about unification. It's not about fighting with each other. If we want to make real change and protect the future and the children, it's Univision.
100%. And yeah, man, we are going through hard times, but I think the ease is on its way. Hopefully 2021 will be much better.
Hard times are hard times, mate. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Everyone's dealing with hard times. It is what it is. Take it on the chin and get past it. If you're sitting there getting depressed because of your materialistic things, you need to give yourself a slap. Because that's not important right now. What's important right now is your daughter's mental health, not you crying because you haven't got the best coat for Christmas. Yeah. Christmas is cancelled. You don't need toys and clothes and all this for Christmas to have a nice and joyful day. Do you understand? Yeah. I like seeing smiles on the kids' faces. Yeah. That does me.
Exactly. Yeah. Family and friends, and that's it, yeah. And I appreciate everyone that's been watching. And yeah, just hit that subscribe button for more next year and wrap it up here.
When's it dropping?
Christmas Day, so tomorrow's Christmas, isn't it?
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, it's 24th today, yeah. Tomorrow's Christmas.
So happy Christmas, people. Have a nice day. Get on us on.
Guys, had a good Christmas, and I appreciate you coming down. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and peace.